I woke up this morning singing the fucking Dance of Italy with tears in my eyes. Hey everybody, I just woke up. It's kind of late, and I wanted to make a video, just kind of talking about how I feel about Unus Annus. Big fan of Unus Annus. Got the staff shirt from Camp Unus Annus. You know, remember the bloody system? Hopefully you could see that. Huge fan. Helped me a lot through quarantine. And yeah, I just kind of want to talk about, like what the channel meant to me. What do we do now? As dramatic as that sounds, it doesn't need to be that dramatic. Excuse the look, I just got up. Essentially what I wanted to talk about in this video is, one, a little bit how I feel, sad. I could still see the name up on the YouTube app on my Xbox, and when you click on it, there's just nothing. And that if you were able to catch like that last 5 minutes, that shit was wild. They actually did it, and it just cut to black. And no matter what you think about like religion or afterlife, if there is one, if there isn't one, which version there is, um, it could be like that. It very well could just be black, and that's it. And it's a good reminder to do the best we could, with the time we have, and that's been their message. I don't really need to reiterate that too much. But one thing I do want to talk about, because I'm seeing on like social media, everyone's talking about it. Obviously, that's good. Ethan and Mark like wanted that. They wanted to see how people were going to respond. And man, like there's been a tremendous response. People are sad, making jokes, sometimes lashing out. But it's been amazing. So I just want to talk about what it meant to me. I've been following Mark for a while. I didn't know much about Ethan Crank Gameplays until very recently. I didn't start watching Unus Annus until about April, May, I want to say. Whatever month the video with the Yeti was, or the Bigfoot. Bigfoot's real and a day, my friend. And just right off the bat, even being able to go back and name that video, like my first video and everything, and name others, is so impactful, knowing that we had a limited amount of time. We don't get this again. And I think it strikes on a huge chord of the way I feel. So obviously, I like camera stuff. I got a nice camera, I got nice lights, a nice microphone. I love production. But for some reason, I don't take a lot of pictures. I really don't. I practice and hone my skills when I can, but I'm not just always like, ooh, that's pretty, snap a photo. Ooh, that's cool, snap a photo. When I go hiking, I'll hike in North Carolina, and some of the most beautiful natural settings I've ever seen. I don't take a damn picture. I just soak it in, and that's kind of how I've always resonated with it. And when I found out that's kind of what the point of Unus Annus was, that really resonated with me. On top of that, not, to get too personal or anything, well, but here we go. So in March, my father has had cancer for the past couple of years, and in March he passed, and it was really difficult. And with Mark and everything, and his father, I could kind of like feel for him, how he felt, and some of the things he said about how he's processed it are like very similar to what I'm going through and everything. And it made me connect even more. And then I found out about Unus Annus a couple months later, obviously. And I was like, this is nice, just like daily videos, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really know too much about what the channel was until, like I said earlier, I found out what it was about. It was about Mark and Ethan being like, hey, you guys got a limited amount of time. And we're going to show you through this awesome medium of YouTube just how impactful that is, just how important that is, that you have a limited amount of time. And, like my father. And I didn't have many pictures of my father. We didn't take a lot of photos. We had an interesting relationship, a good one, but interesting. He was a good man. He was just also kind of, stoic and everything. And I know that's a weird analogy and everything, but kind of going back to my dad, like it was a long time coming for what happened, and we were prepared for it, and we knew how much time we had left. Essentially, it was a ticking clock at a certain point. I flew back down to North Carolina to see him, and we didn't take any pictures. We lived in the moment, and I think that's exactly what like Mark and Ethan wanted with this channel, is you don't get to look back on it. Pictures can be powerful. I agree. Sometimes I'll see a picture of a past loved one or an old dog or something like that and just be so filled with joy. But at the same time, we can't just rely on pictures because one day we won't have them. We might lose them. We have to live in the moment. We have to cherish those moments. And that's what Unus Annus was about. And getting emotional over these two asshats on the internet who I love, but they're just, goofballs and everything. And they did some crazy shit and some stupid stuff and some awesome stuff. And it was all just like as a package, it was amazing. And all we have left is to think back on it. So I sure hope we lived in the moment. And that's what they wanted, And that's kind of why the channel meant a lot to me personally. And I'm sure tons of people had their stories about it. Tons of people got why it's important to them. They don't have to have gone through something like I did where they lost a father this year or lost a pet or lost anything. Sometimes you can just be going through your own shit. And if this helped you realize, hey, live in the moment. We have a limited amount of time. No matter what you believe is afterwards, you shouldn't give up what you have here right now because it might be the only thing you have. And it's morbid and it's sad. But I believe that the channel was about, yeah, death is sad and everything. But in a lot of other cultures, it's just part of it. It's just part of the deal. You know what I mean? Whatever deal was struck when our minds came into being, that's part of it. That's definitely part of it. And hopefully we get long, full lives and everything. And that's what Mark and Ethan want for all of us. And yeah, I'm kind of just rambling at this point. Live in the moment. Soak everything in. Really, really be present. It's so hard. It's so hard with social media, which when they deleted their social media in the live stream, there wasn't much of it. And I can respect that because I think social media is kind of a plague. But there's so much social media. You got work demands. You got all this crazy shit going on in the world and all these demands on you and all this stress. And I know bills are important and paying the bills are important and having money is important and all that. But I think you're going to be better for yourself in the long run if you follow your passions, if you step back and observe instead of just be in it, hustle, 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 go, go, go all the time. And if you truly live in the moment. And that's what this was. You scroll by the Unus Annus channel. It's gone. It's completely gone. And I'm a 30-year-old ass man crying on camera about it. But that's because it was important. It was impactful. That's what Mark and Ethan wanted. So do it. This is, that was what the channel means to me, but that's my message to you, just like theirs. Do it. You got something you want to do. Oh, but I got to work. I'll never have time. You will have time. Make it for yourself. I'm not saying quit your jobs. I'm not saying all that stuff. Just like, Mark and Ethan weren't saying that. But there's going to be time. There's going to be time with loved ones that you might not have a lot of and you don't know. So make it for them. There's going to be times you really have a passion project you want to work on, whether it's fucking knitting or making videos or acting or voice acting or doing anything. You could be doing anything. Motocross, say you are really into sports or something like that. Pursue it. Do it. Put in the work. And sometimes it feels like you don't have time, you don't have the money. And it really does help to have a support system when you're in that situation. But yeah, that's what the channel meant to me. It taught me to step back, even while they're using dildos to make breakfast and talking about Bigfoot and the gongoozlers attacking and all that crazy stuff and all those cool memories that we have. That's all we have of them. Even with all that, step back, soak it in, look at the work that they put in, commend them. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do in the future. I've been watching Mark for a long time. He always puts out great stuff. I'm now absolutely in love with Crank Gameplays and Ethan and his channel and everything like that. And very excited to see what he has in store because I know he's got something cooking. He's alluded to it in videos. He's definitely got stuff he wants to work on. So yeah, do it. Do what you wish to do with your life. And that's kind of something that I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. That's my commitment from Unus Annus. My commitment and promise to Unus Annus is that I'm going to do what I've always wanted to do. Video work, video production, putting emotions and moods on screen so people can feel or go, wow, and really honing my skills And I hope you guys have a promise too and a plan, and you're setting dates for yourself, because that's what they did. They did a year every single day. Every day for a full year. They did it. You know how freaking hard that's got to be? I'm sure you do. I'm sure a lot of us do. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. Guys, get out there. Go make what you want to make. Share this video around. Hopefully it's inspired some people. Remember Unus Annus. Remember death. That's what it is. It doesn't have to be a scary threat or taunt or like overwhelming, boding thing. You know what I mean? It's just, remember it's there, and do what you can while you have the ability to do it. I don't know what this is. So yeah, Unus Annus, Memento Mori. Go do your shit.